So since this nigga pretty much set it off for me, I'ma pretty much go ahead and set it off with him, cause it's only fucking right. It makes fucking sense. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Wooly, and we are here for the very first edition of CD Case Studies. Today, we are setting it off. Started off with the legendary emcee, Talib Kweli. So we're gonna go through the booklet. I'm gonna pull out a couple albums, and we're just gonna talk about the shit. And I got all this nigga's albums, but it's two in particular that really not only meant something, have a soft spot in my heart, but I got some pretty cool stories about them. So we're gonna start off with this motherfucker right here, Talib Kweli, Quality. Now this is the debut album from Kweli. Came out like 2002. Shit was fucking fire. Got a lot of dope features on here, a lot of dope producers on here. He had Dilla, he had DJ Quick, he had Super Dave West, Kanye West before he blew up. It was on this motherfucker. He had a lot of dope features on this motherfucker. He had Mos Def and Black Thought and fucking Pharoah Mondra's on here. Bilal was on here. Nigga Bilal was on everything back in the day. But it was a fucking dope ass album, and this is literally during the raucous days, and this is the first underground hip hop album that I ever fucking bought. Let me tell you a story right now. Here's story time, y'all. So I had to be about 14 years old. 14 years old, 2002, that's about right. And the way I discovered Talib Kweli, or just this album in general, it was a school night, right? Nigga's supposed to be asleep, but fuck that, I'm a thug, nigga. I ain't going to sleep. I go to sleep when the fuck I want. I kept the TV down. Had the TV on, and we ain't had cable, right? So, like, I had to watch late night talk shows, because that's all I fucking could watch. It was either that or Good Times, and I was seeing every goddamn episode of Good Times, so it was getting boring. So I ended up watching the Jimmy Kimmel Show, and during the Jimmy Kimmel Show, they were like, we got a musical guest named Talib Kweli. And at the time, I was like, who the fuck is Talib Kweli? What the fuck kind of name is that shit? And I was intrigued. I was like, that name is so fucking weird that I gotta see who the fuck this nigga is. So I watched the whole damn Jimmy Kimmel Show, waited to the end where the musical guest was. Kweli comes up and he performs Get By. And I swear to God, by the time that performance was over, it went from who the fuck is Talib Kweli to who the fuck is Talib Kweli, and why the fuck did I know about this nigga sooner? And I swear to God, that moment I went out and I figured out how to get that fucking album. I finally was able to get it after a couple months because the nigga was broke. Nigga, I ain't had no job. I was 14, nigga. I ain't had no fucking money. But I finally found a way to get a hold of the album. This album right here that's in my hand, and I played the shit out of this album so fucking much. And literally, it's got so many dope cuts on here. Of course, Get By, Gorilla Monsoon rap, Waiting for the DJ. I mean, this whole fucking album was what the fucking title says. It was fucking quality. So if you've never listened to this album and you're a Talib Kweli fan, well, if you're a Talib Kweli fan, you should listen to this album. You ain't a fucking fan. But if you never heard this fucking album, definitely check this shit out because it is a dope album, a dope debut, and the shit is quality. And this shit set it off for me. After hearing this shit, I said, I want to fucking rap, nigga. I want to be a fucking rapper, and I want to do it the way these motherfuckers are doing it, like, for real. Like, I said, fuck that mainstream shit. I was listening to all that mainstream shit before that. This shit converted me on fucking first listen, so that's the shit right there. Talib Kweli, Quality. All right, y'all, the second album I'm going to talk about in the Kweli catalog that really did some shit for me, this motherfucker right here. Talib Kweli, Eardrum. This album, you have no idea how much fucking hypeness I have for this album. This is the album that he dropped when he left fucking Geffen Records and he had started Blacksmith Music. And in my mind, I was like, I'm signed to Blacksmith. I'm down with Kweli and Gene and Strong Arm Steady. I know them niggas. They ain't know me, but I was down with the crew. But basically, this was the debut album. He signed to Warner Brothers. There was a lot of fucking hype about this shit. He dropped so many fucking tracks before this album dropped, and it just was like doper and doper. He started off with Listen, and then he dropped fucking More or Less, and then he dropped fucking Hot Thing, and I was like, nigga, you better drop this fucking album or I'm gonna go to Brooklyn and shake you down for it, nigga, for real. And he finally dropped the fucking album, and oh my God, this shit. First of all, the amount of fucking star power that's in this fucking album is crazy. And this nigga, to me, star power, and this nigga had everybody from Madlib on the production, to Kanye on the album, to Nora fucking Jones, to Justin fucking Timberlake, to UG fucking K. He got all, plus more, all on this motherfucking album. It's like, I don't know how the fuck this nigga did it, but only Kweli can do that shit. It fucking was crazy dope. I mean, he had like Hostile Gospel, Hot Thing, fucking, nigga had KRS-One on the album too, with fucking, If you ain't heard this goddamn album, this is literally top 3 quality albums to me. Like, I gotta say, is it better than quality? You know what? I can't say that. Number 2 to quality. Number 2 to quality, but this shit right here is fucking dope. And let me tell you a story about this album. So check this out. So I was so hyped about this album, I was waiting for it. And literally, the week that the album came out, my fucking car broke down, y'all. Like, I had a whack-ass Ford Taurus. The shit was terrible. I put more money into it than I should have. But my car broke down, so I really had no way to get to the fucking store to buy the goddamn album. So luckily, I was working down the street from where I live, so I was able to walk to work. And one of my homegirls, she was real cool. She let me borrow her car, but I kind of lied. I said, yo, I gotta go to the bank real quick. Can I borrow your car and like go to the bank and do some shit? And she was like, cool, no problem. Nigga didn't go to the bank. Nigga went over to the fucking Target, or was it Media Play? I don't know. I went to a store that sold this shit, and I bought that shit. And when I got in that fucking car, I popped this shit in. When I heard Sonia Sanchez start off with that goddamn poem, I knew I was in for some fucking fire. And then that Mad Lib beat dropped in with everything, man. And oh my God, I was late coming back from my break, y'all. I think I was like a half hour late because I was just bumping this shit in somebody else's car. She got mad, but she got over the shit. But basically, this album right here was on repeat, nigga, for like 2-3 months, nigga, straight, cause like it was just so much fucking fire, and it lived up to every fucking expectation I had. And I don't think there's been another album after this album that really just lived up to the hype of quality to me, but this fucking album. So I mean, I like all the shit he's done after that, but this shit right here, this lived up to every fucking moment that I waited for it. So if you've never heard Eardrum, this is literally one of Quality's best fucking albums. So I'm gonna end that right there, y'all. But like literally, I got I got Beautiful Struggle up in here. I got fucking I'm gonna show you some other honorable mentions too. Yeah, so I got Beautiful Struggle. I also got this motherfucker right here, Right About Now. This was a dope mix CD too. It wasn't considered an album, but you know, this is some dope cuts on here. So check those out. What else I got? Do I got any other quality up in here? Oh yeah, I do. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all some honorable mentions. There ain't no stories behind them. I just bought this shit. But since I'm here, let me see. I'm flipping right now. So some of them are burned copies, you know, because you know nigga couldn't find everything. But the emcee mixtape, some dope cuts up on here. Yo, I had all this shit for real. Hold up. What else I got up on here? I'm trying to find some shit right now before I get up out of here. I know I got something. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This was a bad motherfucker right here. Blacksmith the Moving mixtape. This shit was fucking crazy. It's got Strong Arm Steady, Jean Grey. They used some Boondock samples up on here, mixed by DJ EQ, which is also Quality's wifey. So yeah, Quality dropped some crazy fucking shit. But that's gonna do it for the first CDK study. Talib Kweli. Just wanted to show y'all a couple albums that really meant some shit to me, tell y'all a couple cool stories, and also put y'all on some other projects that you might not have heard of. I don't know if y'all can find this shit now, because it's been like a lot of fucking years, but you may be able to find it. You never know. Internet, you can find anything these days. But that's gonna do it for the first episode of CDK Study. So if y'all like this shit, let me know. Give me some feedback. Tell me what your favorite Quality project is if you're a Quality fan. Tell me if you got a cool story that you want to share about a Quality album. Let's talk about this shit. And I will be back, if y'all like this enough, with a new artist, with a new set of stories, and shit, we can keep this shit going. So until next time I take my leave, Granddad, CDK stories, the first one's down, Talib Kweli. Those are the stories, those are the albums, my collection. I got all this nigga shit. I got anything else from this motherfucker? I don't know, probably, I think that's it. I got some other shit, but it's not Talib Kweli. That's gonna be for another video. But I'll see y'all next time. I'm out of here.